Do, 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 do. There we go. Yeah. Hi. My name is Elf. I'm making visual novel in 30 days. This is the day number 18. Remember when I said the last 2 days have been terrible? This day is me recovering from the other days, basically. Um, I basically run uh yesterday and end up not doing anything more actually, but I end up doing some tests with vector, layer, color, and totally not tracing my half sheet, but it's my half sheet. Who cares? And I think I more or less understood what the problems were. I did mess a little bit with this sprite. These lines are not gonna be on the drawing. I'm gonna make like again, more or less like this. Again, I didn't finish this, still have to give more detail, but the idea is gonna be just a color and any detail for like folding off the clothes and stuff like that. I'm gonna do with the color instead of being vector or a line. Let me see. Somewhat of an idea what I did for my personas forms. Don't worry about what any of this means. I'm just as you can see, technically the lines here are I made of color, not really lines. As you can see, this is, I need to redraw this and make it better. But anyway, I don't intend to make this stream long like the others. So I'm gonna try to like make worth the time. It's the day that I'm trying to like recover from like uh other days, so you know. Oops. Not only taking it slowly, but I'm trying to make progress and make the progress be just making progress really. Um, Also I found out if I when I there is a option that I can add to blur the border, so it makes it smoother, like more like this and less like this. So I can, oops, so I can make it a bit better, as you can see. And actually, what I can do is delete this and start again. There's a good opportunity to like show the more or less how the process goes. I'm just selecting from the vector layer thingy. I'm selecting things multiple times, but it happens. Just gonna select here, and then I'm gonna expand the pixel, blur the border 1 pixel. I was blurring 3 pixels, but I think it was too much, so I think this basically just for the border helps making things smoother. I forgot the finger, of course. There's always something I forget. Then managed to not catch. Happens. But that's not a problem. Can fix it later. Fill tool. Complete the thingy because the fill tool doesn't. And then I actually put a black background so I can see properly where I'm raising, stuff like that, which is useful. I forgot this finger, do the same thing, and voila. The outline is smoother than the, could be 2 pixels maybe, but it's smoother than the backgrounds we're getting. And it's, for a silhouette, it's actually pretty good in my opinion. But yeah, this is basically the idea. I'm connecting some of the vectors so the lines don't look weirder. Whatever, this is not gonna stay like that. There are some bumps and not perfectly aligned vectors I am seeing that I fix. I should probably like fix this and then do the selection layer, but whatever. Oops. Yeah, this one doesn't want to, so there we go. Some of these were made with the pen tools, and since I am using a drawing tablet, basically it's sensitive to my pressure, but now I'm starting to do it with the line tool, so the curve specifically, so it's more uniform because I only need the shape and only like when I'm making the color, of course I may need these for details like I was showing before, but right now don't. But that's the idea. I'm gonna keep working on this again as I need, and I should probably note down what are the ones that I need and then draw those. But yeah, not that much of a terrible progress, but still progress. I was saying intended this be short, but I do want to share some things because I've been this ride before, right? That I get really invested in making a project, and then it fizzles out after a few days or 2 weeks, more or less is the average lifetime that this lasts. So I'm not surprised at all that like after 2 weeks, I'm a bit more than 2 weeks to be fair. So maybe a bit of improvement, but still not surprised that end up having terrible days in the middle of this, especially in the middle. But like I'm gonna keep. The thing is, this project is less about me finishing this. It's more about teaching myself how should you do this shit every day, so it stops being a, what's the best word for it? It stops being like something that cripples me, for lack of better word, and becomes at worst an annoyance. It's something I sometimes do with it because like 3 4 days 5 days ago I could just do things without much of a problem, even procrastinate quote unquote a little bit for a few minutes here and there, but I could bounce back through my parts easily. But at this moment, I'm having difficulty doing this. Uh, which honestly makes a lot of sense. There's a bunch of notifications on my Discord, by the way. But yeah, I say this, I'm getting distracted on Discord. For some reason, this afternoon, everyone decided to send messages and quote me and stuff. But anyway, uh, so yeah, this struggle is not new to me, sadly. I mean, on the bad side, yeah, it's sadly happening again. But on the bright side, I already deal with this before. I know how to deal with this before, and this 30 days is really to help me get in the in, uh getting the movement to not movement. I don't know what the term like. Get me in the emotions to learn to deal with this properly, and hopefully I can finish this in 30 days. But the worst possible uh outcome for this is basically everything going back to the way it was before even started this, as nothing has happened. That's the worst outcome. It's not failing to make things in 30 days. The thing to 30 days like a means to an end, not the objective. Although I'm trying to actually do this in 30 days, and holy fucking shit. Maybe for my first vision of this wasn't the best idea, but I'm here now, so um what is important is that uh I do what I want to do in this. What I do. Fuck me. I really wish I could finish a fucking sentence for one moment. That would be great, actually. But as I was saying, uh, even if I can't finish this, if I learn how to deal with my procrastination in a regular basis, for me that's a victory, despite it all. You know what? Here's the vector. You know what? I've been thinking doing this. I'm just gonna do this. I've been thinking of uh just putting a filter here, and that's what I'm going to do actually. Fuck it. Been new. Okay. Oh shit, I forgot. Fuck me. Alright. But yeah. The main takeaway I'm drawing from these last days is basically, yeah, I have to deal with this again for the millionth time, which sucks. But on the bright side, no. On the bright side, I developing the tools to deal with this in the first place. So, alright. Now, shit. No, I have to undo this. There we go. I always forget the little bits. Actually, fuck it. Leave this pin light. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna finish this just so I have like. Light. Light now. Alright, multiply. For like 50% maybe. Bit more. There we go. Where is it? That's that. The two layers just became better than one? Potentially? Okay, actually, before I think about that, you know what? I think I finally got it for reals this time. Yeah. Alright. Now I'm just gonna transfer from the folder that I made for this project and transfer to the game files. Projects, game, images, backgrounds. There we go. Oh, this is a bit of an eyesore maybe, but still I would say it's much better. Actually. Yeah. Alright. So that at least is finally fixed. Bit better than what used to be. So yeah. I think what really bothers me about the smile isn't like fitting as this should, but I'm gonna fix that later. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully, well, I'm more or less to explain what's happening today is like I usually go for I'm trying to explain this in the start of the stream, but you know, I'm gonna stop doing things. I'm gonna focus on just talking. What happens usually with me? It's a cycle. I uh I procrastinate. I uh get mad that I'm procrastinating and not doing stuff. I power through and I go through every single method and motion and action and thing imaginable that you seen through. Oh, just do it. Just use your willpower. Just use this specific technique. Just use journaling. Just everything you can imagine already tried. And I go through these motions, and sometimes I hit with this insane inspiration and just work on it, and on it. And oh, I can just do this so simply. Oh, it's so easy. And then that fizzles out in like usually 2 weeks at most, maybe a month. The maximum amount of time that I did was 2 months of this drive, so to speak. And after that, just fizzles out, and I back to procrastinating a fuck ton again, to the point that if it's not in my immediately taking care of my physical needs, I procrastinate in doing it basically. If it's not to shower, to eat, to go to the bathroom, to sleep, I will procrastinate the fuck out of it. Like, yeah, I don't even sleep in the same hours every day, but like, uh aside from that, I do usually sleep around 8 hours more or less, usually more or less. The birds are singing in the background, don't worry about it. They are just doing that thing. I much prefer the sound of birds over motorcycles and engines all the fucking day. I take the birds as a blessing, honestly. But in this cycle is what I'm going through right now. I spend a lot of time with this drive, and then the drive actually died down and was going through in a way that I not used to, so my system to not depend on motivation and willpower and whatnot. Just going through things as was going through things as as a routine, maybe that uh I think that was what was happening, and basically that lasted a decent while, but now I'm back again to procrastinate a lot and shit. And usually when that happens, either the motivation died down and I'm back to not being motivated to do anything, or like happened this time, I'm actually being able to follow the system that I made, so I don't depend on motivation and whatnot, and the miracle of the universe to align itself for me. But something happens that fucks up everything, because my system is built on a very specific routine that if anything goes out of the way to mess with this, being me sleeping less, or I have to hurry in some way, in the have to hurry in the morning for some reason, and I can't do things properly and end up doing things out of order because of that. Man, throw the fucking day in the trash. You know, maybe the whole week, if not 2 weeks, or even an entire month in the trash, because this one fucking day just waiting the motorcycle. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Rather have the words over that, but sometimes an entire month is thrown in the trash because one fucking day I had disrupted my routine and now I'm fucking back to square one. So it's frustrating, and I want everyone to say that keeps saying, "Oh, one must imagine Sisyphus happy." Fuck Sisyphus, fuck Prometheus, fuck that shit. I don't want to be rolling this rock over and over and over again. I just want to be there, and even if I had to weld it to the fucking top of the mountain. Like, there's a point where it stops being the everyday grinding and starts being, this is actually fucking hell. Please, no. How about not? How about we don't do that? How about we actually uh go and progress in life instead of just repeating the same cycle a billion fucking times? Because I understand life oftentimes have cycles, but there's a point where there's a difference between a cycle and I'm in hell. And like I don't believe in like hell in like a spiritual physical way, but like hell is a state of being, and sometimes we end up being in hell, if that makes sense. And I'm starting something different to make it, my system works. I'm trying to make my system dynamic because being static clear doesn't fucking work. I tried that too. Doesn't again. This is why usually on last 2 weeks I need something really dynamic. Because sometimes what makes the system works one time doesn't make another, and I have to like. But a new way, new element in the system makes everything work again. I don't know what the fuck is this, why this happens the way it does, but I really wish to like uh have things just uh I can't get started for a second, otherwise my all my brain power that's going to like speaking goes elsewhere. My point is, to finish my ramblings, today is the day that, despite my carefully crafted cast of cards have been blown away by a tornado, is where I'm building back again. This time I'm trying to make it stick, because the first after the first week, as was completing this 2 weeks, I was really feeling like it was a routine, like it's really ingrained in my brain. Oh, like the emotion of turning on the computer, opening the browser where the documents are, and then already start drawing or stuff like that. There was I was feeling like there was already a routine building there, which is good. But clearly, what it isn't enough, especially to beat the routine of procrastinating 100 hours per day for years. So I'm really trying to make these builders to last, and this is the object of the 30 days challenge, so I can keep at it even afterwards, not doing things 30 days, but doing things at all. So, and days like the last 2 days would be a little bit more fine outside of the 30 days, because I could actually just take a break and like mm, let go of this idea that I have to. So when I sit down and do things, I can do with more levity, more being more gentle about it, not forcing as much. But in 30 days, that's a little bit more stressful because no deadline. But hopefully, I can. Hopefully, I can still do things forcing less, but still doing them for the 30 days. And the best outcome is me finishing the visual novel in 30 days and keeping doing stuff despite procrastination. because not it's not to stop procrastinating. That's not the goal of anything. That's not a thing for me, and doesn't matter. Oh, but you can't give up. I'm not giving up. Like, understand this. Procrastination for me isn't like a regular person's problem. This is something that I have to deal with every day. Period. It's not going away. I know this. I tried this for years, but regardless of that, uh, even if the goal isn't to stop procrastinating, the goal is to learn how to do things despite the procrastination. That's the goal. Accomplishing this, I uh successfully succeeded. Great. If I do this, I succeeded in the 30 days challenge. Essentially, the getting the visual novel out in 30 days is the means to that end. But if I stretch like in 3 days or another week to manage to finish the visual novel, that is acceptable. That is fine. It is not uh it is not the ultimate goal. It is the secondary goal, because what I'm dealing with in the last days is what I dealt with my entire life. It's a much bigger battle than just the challenge itself. And hopefully I'm learning how to properly deal with that. It won't be in these 30 days, but these 30 days are a great way to start to like actually properly having ways to deal with that. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say and reflect on. And yeah, I see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, I manage to at least finish this sprite today. And yeah, see you all tomorrow then. And thank you everyone for that have been following me so far. And yeah, bye.